A great day of Big Ten basketball continues here in LA for Big Ten basketball, sponsored by Venmo. The 12th ranked team of the nation, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. The fantastic freshman Elijah Arenas in the starting lineup for the Trojans. He has started all 10 games he's played in, and so Terrence Williams, who does have started, to toss it up again to Ezra Asar and Rink Mass. And USC wins the tip. Chad Baker-Mazara.
Well, as always, what are you doing with it? It's hard to turn him off. Sam Hoiberg starts with the challenge of trying to slow him down.
Asar with good position, denied by
Asar, who's one of the best in the country individually at getting to the foul line.
Here's Buchtigel into the paint. Tough shot over Kofi. Well defended, and it goes out.
Forefront for USC in this 4-game losing streak is their lack of perimeter shooting. It's really teams are starting to pack it in as Woods gets the and one follow. But
Cam Woods at the line. We saw 2 offensive rebounds on that possession, Don. That's a big key for
time. Doesn't matter who the personnel is on the other team. They are doubling from that baseline side.
Rink Mass inside to score it. And Hoiberg tried to jump stop and slips and falls and somehow got it back. Sanford in tight quarters hits the 3. Telling the injury, he's 9 away from tying Sean Resport's single season record. Baker-Mazara's second shot of the game is a 3. Eric Musselman shaking up his lineup, and another bucket for Baker. Marcus Lawrence inside to Buchtigel, who powers his way in for 2.
They look the hunt
up ahead to Lawrence, and he gets blocked by Baker-Mazara. Sanford on the scramble, connects with the 3.
Sanford knocks it down.
It's 2 for Sanford in this game. Arenas pushing his way in. Way towards the hoop. Ball is loose, and Mass gets it back. Hoiberg in the corner. Hits the 3.
I think that touched the side of the box score, guy. 3's a 3. He knocks it in.
Now here's Woods forcing his way in.
He might get the rare double back-to-back timeouts if we get under 12.
Sanford had that deflected and blocked.
It's led to some runouts for Nebraska.
All 4 of the turnovers for SC in that category. Buchtigel wins the battle. Arenas is down as the Braden Frager had to wait a long time to get into this game. Buchtigel follows. Jacobson knocked it out of bounds. Out of the timeout.
Brownell's got to let that one fly.
Asar deep position, and he's fouled, and the basket counts for Hoiberg in this first half. And Asar makes the free throw. This guy, he throws an interception, and Arenas is fouled by Sanford. His first.
Well, it becomes on the other players for Nebraska.
Of course, this is game 18 for Nebraska. Where that's how many games Resport played back in that 94-95 season. It gets 2 more games after this in the 20 game.
This is another way to get Sanford some shots, put him in actions with the ball in his hands.
All the way to the rim. Nice finish.
And the more he does that, the more it's going to lose.
For Sanford, nearly to the midway point of this first half.
See how they come that double on the baseline side.
This time Brownell doesn't hesitate, and he hits the 3.
You want defenders to be aggressive.
Well, SC's been really aggressive on defense, and it leads to a Cam Woods lay-in.
But aggressive without fouling.
Mass, now here's Frager. And he connects on the 3.
Against Maryland earlier in the week, Frager, he can take some of the pressure off of him.
Brownell feeling it now. Another deck, and now back up. Lawrence inside, well contested, and it comes away to Frager, and he commits an offensive foul. Frager, no. Garcia, no. Mass, no. Wow. Baker-Mazara feeling his way. Here's Asar. Baker-Mazara, he's not going to hesitate, and he hits a 3. Sanford's got a couple of them, but Arenas is right in his jersey.
Can you tell these teams are both playing for something?
You really can. And what touch from Sanford. Woods. Brownell. Cut off. Sanford knocks that out of bounds. Frager had it poked away. Baker Mazzara with the steal. And Mazzara draws the foul.
The ball pressure for you.
One of the best free throw shooters in the country, one of the best in the league, nearly 90%.
You heard the Go Big Red chant. There's a lot of Go Big Reds in here.
There are. One of the bigger, and a ton. Lawrence steps out of bounds and turns it over.
I'm telling you, the ball pressure of USC. Mazzara.
Good point. Lawrence lost it, and that is the sixth turnover. Jerry Easter cut off inside. Brownell gets it to go down.
I'm telling you, when USC moves.
First here a couple weeks ago, a month ago. How about the winner from Martinelli today?
Yeah.
Against Oregon. Here's Mass open for a three.
Took off too early.
SC does not have numbers. Terrence Williams is getting back. It's 4-on-5 for Baker Mazzara, and he scores.
Actually, when you're tired.
Frager creates, and the patient basket for Rink Mass.
Veteran play without Hoiberg on the floor.
Baker Mazzara, 2 free throws. Able to affect.
Yeah. I mean, Sam Hoiberg's played in a lot of games. He's a veteran player.
The Huskers, he's got it here. Shot clock is at 5. Lawrence fouled by Cam Woods. Lawrence.
High intensity physical game here in the first half.
Woods. Easter cuts inside with a nice touch.
Good recognition by
Easter creates just enough space and another floater.
Should have taken the first one though, the pull up at the elbow.
A minute to go in this first half. Easter on Sanford now. Sanford
Nice.
forcing the issue inside.
Double spin.
Asar barely takes any shots away from the rim, and he gives that one up. He's left alone, and he can't beat the scattering.
Can't turn it over. That was one of our keys to the game, and they start the first possession with a live ball turnover.
Hoiberg, deep position, and somehow get appreciated. He almost creates another turnover. He does create another turnover, and here is Sanford out ahead for the dunk.
Oh, what a start. And they have right out of the locker room.
A cutting Kofi for the dunk.
Good ball movement.
His first pass, relatively speaking, and that would go as an open shot for Sanford today. That's wide open for Hoiberg, and that is out of bounds off Nebraska. Mass gets it to Hoiberg. Shot clock is low. Hoiberg squeezes in again.
When you wake up and you're like, oh yeah, that's right, I fell yesterday.
Utengel with the dunk.
It's noticeable from the first half to this half.
Cam Woods walled off and fouled by Mass with half a second on the shot. Through traffic, and he does, and he's still chasing, and now Kofi takes over, and Sanford loses it out of bounds.
Well, you made the observation, guy, and it's so...
Cam Woods. Kofi fading in the corner, got some net, but...
Told you. ISO post over the top.
Help comes from Kofi, and Utengel gets the pass from Mass to score.
That's just good on.
Baker Mazzara does have his wrist back tape, but he's just sitting watching the leading scorer for USC, not in the game.
There's really no shot blocking whatsoever for USC.
Arenas cut off. Easter.
Nice.
Oh, he's 3 for 3 on floaters tonight.
That was an awful.
Lawrence, oh, nice pass to Mass for the dunk.
Oh, they're getting whatever they...
And Hoiberg is pushing it up the floor. Frager, everybody cleared space. That's up there.
I love when we get on the theme of a game, and it's been about how Hoiberg doesn't get talked about enough, and then he does something like he's doing. More like Arenas.
And Lawrence was pushing the issue and turned it over. And now here's Arenas again. And another finish.
You don't want back to a 5-point game.
With Sanford. Frager walled off and fouled. Boy, he took he got a late start to the day. Remember, we didn't have a dead ball timeout until almost 7 minutes.
Of sorts.
He's got 7 points. The average is 12, but it's coming from Frager. Matt lines it up. And Frager the board. And he gets fouled.
Speaking of based on the year Nebraska has had.
Yeah.
No disrespect to any of those other three. Because the numbers.
Steinbach and Wadler and Frager. This is the second. Shot clock's at 5. Easter, timer's low, and it will expire.
Fred Hoiberg drew up out of this timeout.
An open look for Buchtigel and the foul. Everything.
Well,
this and this and this.
Yeah, I mean, it's communicated by the head coach what he expects of you as a player. And then you
Matchup of two coaches who both coach in the NBA. Only 6 active Division I coaches coach in the NBA, both Hoiberg and Musselman. Sanford inside created
in the first half.
Frager to the rim.
I mean, everything.
Nebraska just 6 for USC.
Nebraska's still running.
And he's
playing on a team like this Nebraska team.
Sanford a 3. It's 4th of the day. And that is swatted away. I said the 3 seed, maybe the 4 seed will take care of it. Dominated rebounding in the second half. Shot clock is low. Jacobson lets it fly, and that's way off the mark. On record for 3-pointers in a season. Held by Sean Respert of Michigan State. A foul on Nebraska.
Stop the clock and or put USC on the foul line.
Arenas gives it up to Woods, and a tough finish.
Almost rather.
Frager cut off. Sanford's been creative. Shot clock is low. Sanford knows it, and he hits the elbow. Woods kicks it out. Arenas passes up the 3 to get inside and get himself to the free throw line.
Get some turnovers.
And it results in Sanford getting a look at a 3 and another offensive rebound for Nebraska. And Frager scores inside. He's got 12 points. 19 assists for the Huskers today. Arenas no.
Today at the buzzer essentially to Northwestern, but Wisconsin wasn't right the other night.
Tough finish inside and one for Frager.
This guy. USC is going to have to win one of these next 2.
And I think what's significant about winning today, part of what would be significant about winning today, it would be the program.
They've evolved. They've done the 20-game winning streak to start the year and all that stuff. But
out of the 2 minutes, so his players would have had to use it. Kofi forces his way in.
On Nebraska.
Arenas. Tough shot, and he gets fouled. Bench today. Turned his ankle in the first half, stayed in the game. Don't miss the Big Ten. Arenas gets both free throws, and he's got 10 points all in the second half. I don't know if you would have expected it when you looked at USC's schedule, but entering in the game at home against UCLA is not. UCLA not in the top 30 in the net entering today, and USC the 4th of the last 4 in on DeCourcy's bracket today. Kofi gets in for the dunk, and USC wants the pressure. Smooth landing here in the last, and part of it has been SC's just been able to get to the free throw line, which also means they can set up. Masked. He's in double figures. Now Frager can't finish the layup.
Time and score. Frager, if you're not for sure going to make that, you got to pull it out.
Arenas. At about a minute and a half. Prager scores. Sanford, his season high is 33. He's got 29. Make it 32.
Why not?
His 2 games to play.
The chance on Tuesday to get that record.
th conference win, and they do it in their 18th game of the year in dominating the second half here in LA. For Fred Hoiberg and the Cornhuskers in front of a big Nebraska crowd, another 30-point performance for Bryce Sanford. 6 3-pointers away from setting a single-season Big Ten record. What a day of hoops in the league today in the Big Ten. Nebraska sitting around in LA after this one. Once again, the final, Nebraska 82 and USC 67.